Hero Academia is back. The final season is back. There's not much to be said about this, so let's just jump straight into it. If you guys aren't aware, I'm a really big fan of My Hero Academia. It's been one of my favorite series since high school. I grew up with this series. Like, I remember watching the first season way back in 2016. No, I'm not that old, but yeah, it's a series I grew up with. I really fuck heavily with this series. It's like one of my favorite series of all time. I don't care what anyone says about this show. I personally really enjoy this series. Anyway, so the first episode of the final season honestly starts off with a bang. We pretty much get a continuation of All for One versus All Might, which is pretty cool. If you guys are not aware, at this current point in time, All Might is just a regular ass dude. He doesn't really have any superpowers. His embers pretty much faded away. He's just a normal ass dude. And what can this dude essentially do to like a human god? This guy who has the abilities of pretty much everyone in the country, pretty much everyone in the entire planet. What can he do about it? If there's one thing he's gonna do, is keep on fighting. And I gotta tell y'all, the fight between All Might and All for One is super cool. You see an armored All Might. We got a glimpse of it in the previous season, but now we get to see it in its full glorious All Might going all out. Even All for One tells him, hey, it doesn't really matter how many tools you use. You can't go above and beyond just using equipment. Iron Man and Batman would disagree, but it's just really cool you're seeing a normal ass dude go up against this literal god with superpowers. It's pretty cool. Despite him being quirkless at the moment, he knows he's gonna give it his all because he's All Might. Even we get a glimpse of a kid watching All Might from a different country having a discussion with his grandmother, telling him, hey, who is this guy? Oh, I don't know, it's just some dude. If he dies, it doesn't really affect us because we're in another country. Anything that happens there doesn't really affect us, which is pretty interesting. You see, we get a different perspective of how the rest of the world is viewing the battle between All Might and All for One. It's really interesting. Yeah, unless you're in Japan, unless you're in the vicinity of the area, then yeah, your country is pretty much doomed. If you're not, then you're not doomed whatsoever. And given that the villains have control of pretty much the entirety of Japan and how Japan is pretty much a war zone at the moment, no other country wants to get involved, because if they do, then pretty much it's the end of the world for everyone at this point in time. I think it's pretty cool just seeing. I like I said, I really like the fight. Visually, I think cool aesthetic. Visual aesthetic was super nice. Not to mention the music. Also, we got a glimpse as to All Might's origin. We got to see his background, how he ultimately became a hero despite him being quirkless. I think it was pretty cool. I like seeing his backstory because he's All Might. All Might is a really cool guy. He's a guy who pretty much just started off like Midoriya, a guy with no powers, just a guy who wanted to do the right thing. And when he saw the opportunity to do something right, he eventually went for it. And I think it's really nice just seeing someone like this have an ability, unlike someone like, say, Shoto Todoroki or Bakugo, who would. I wouldn't say they're not super heroic, but they're not like All Might. All Might is pretty much the Superman of this verse. Like, he gives people optimism, he gives people hope, and it's just pretty cool how the entire episode is pretty much dedicated to him just finding the purpose, just giving his students enough time to like just save a little bit more people. Like, even if he can't do anything against All for One, he's gonna at least do something. So I really like this episode because it just shows he's a hero through and through. Like, it doesn't really matter if you have power or not, you can always find a way to be a hero, and I think that's pretty cool. Not to mention Stain coming in towards the very end to help battle against the villain was pretty cool, because he believes All Might is a good guy. He believes All Might is the ultimate hero. Yeah, he's a hero killer after all, but at the end of the day, he only goes after people who are frauds, unlike All Might, the pinnacle of what heroism should be. So I think it was pretty cool. Overall, this episode was really fantastic. Side note, I do want to mention the part where the villains were teaming up against, what was his name? Aomaki? I don't remember. The guy who shoots the belly button. I think it was pretty cool when you got the Invisible Girl just coming in with the clutch and defeating the villain. We got to see how she actually looks, and it looks really nice. I love how beautifully animated she looked, and how, like, I don't know, it's really cool. I think it's the first time we've actually gotten a first look at her in the anime. I can't remember how it went in the manga. It's been a while since I read it, but I think that part was pretty cool. You're seeing the students team up and show off a little bit more of their power. It's pretty cool. Throughout this season, we're gonna see more of Midoriya. We're gonna see more epic battles, and I'm pretty excited to see how the rest of the season is going to go. But that's just my thoughts on the first episode. Yeah, I keep talking about the All Might stuff because I'm just glazing it because it was a really good fight. Has a lot of emotion packed into it. And if you watch a previous season, you know it's gonna be good. And you can tell the animation has improved. You can tell they put all their budget into this animation because wow, it looks fantastic. It looks amazing. Nonetheless, that's just my thoughts on the episode. Are you guys excited for the rest of the season? Because I really am, if you can't tell by my voice. So yeah,